Here we stand in Albany, gathered as legislators to talk about the most important critical issue to the state of New York is an on-time budget. An on-time budget means more to the people of the state of New York than any other issue we could possibly do here in Albany. It's 3 weeks before the budget, New York State budget should be passed, and it's very quiet here. We have a lot of people lobbying the issues. No one wants cuts, and there will be cuts across the board, and as there are cuts every year across the board. And the history of the dysfunction here in the state of New York has put us back into a period of lapse where we're talking about the budget, but are we in high mode to continue to keep a dialogue open? The governor of the state of New York seems to have an open dialogue, more so with the media, not really with the legislators. He doesn't really understand that we all day are speaking to our constituents by phone, emails, letters, and when we ask for the attention brought to our districts, as we've talked about the MTA, how critical the school aid is, we expect that the governor's office or the governor would actually take it very serious. Now, absolutely, the residents of the state of New York is always our first interest and our top interest to make sure that this is a sound budget. But as the Assemblywoman to the 97th district, I am a little disturbed that we're not moving in such a way that we're feeling that the public and the legislators are aware of the issues. Today in the state, the governor is meeting with leaders throughout the state to talk about gay marriage, an issue that is important, but when we are talking about a financial issue in the state of New York, critical to families across the state, I don't think that that would be our top concern for the day. We have the Speaker of the House speaking about the millionaire tax, again, an issue that is not going to go away, but again, it has nothing to do with this on-time budget. So the issues that affect so many people in the state of New York are concerning, but we're really here to do the work of the people, and the work is the budget, and to be on time and have more of a dialogue on our districts. I mean, the MTA, we talk about it, we stress about how unfair it is. There's so many issues that we want to talk about right now to the governor about the aid, the school aid in our schools. We need to keep this dialogue to have a budget that's sound, a lean budget, and not be afraid to tell our constituents that we can't afford that. We're not going to fund that. We need to say no. And, as a legislator, it's hard to say no to people, but when there are situations that people are in dire emergencies, we really have to be extremely strong as leaders and say no when we have to and yes when we can. And this time of the year, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of yeses and a lot of no's. So I'm leaving the message to my residents that I am working hard in your behalf to make sure that the governor and legislative leaders here in Albany are aware of our critical issues at home.